I started out as a general tester about 7-ish years ago because there were no jobs in the industry when I came out from university. So I ended up as a tester and got stuck and been working with QA and development for like 7 years, so it's a long time. I've worked in a lot of different industries, everything from business intelligence to AAA gaming. So it's very different, I can tell you. It's not really the same how they handle QA. I have knowledge in programming, scripting, UI, UX. Yeah, you see, it's a bunch. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to be when I went to uni, so I took them all. And here comes the 5 words. I love games, science, traveling, beer, and Lego. Some stuff I hate. I'm sorry to say, developer with hubris. Sorry, your code is never perfect. It's so. I mean, and when I grow up, I want to be an adventurer. I want to travel the world and see all the stuff and do all the stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to be too old for that. Maybe I should go back. I actually want to say something more before I start the more serious part. And I want to say that this is not, like I said, a normal QA talk. It's more like a rant. It's from all the stuff I've sort of experienced for the 7 years that I now sort of want to just let it flow all over you. And yeah, it might not get pretty, but to start, I just want to say that to prepare for this talk, I made a survey and sent it out to a lot of QA people to sort of, in a way, confirm that I wasn't way off in my ideas and how people actually experience it. I am slightly extreme, perhaps, in my ideas, but not totally way off. So yeah, we're going to start with just understanding what QA is. Why do we see the old one behind? Is it just me seeing the last slide behind? Okay, then it's something weird. So, quality assurance. It's a way to prevent mistakes and defects in products and avoiding problems when delivering solutions and services to customers. That's it. And we're supposed to assure this quality, which is kind of a strong statement, I would say. I mean, to make something certain to happen. Can we actually do that? And will actually hiring testers assure the quality in our product? No. I mean, just throwing people at the problem is never going to work. You can't just, here you go, click on the product and we will get better quality. Quality, it comes from knowledge. It comes from planning, teamwork, and passion. And that's sort of the key focus for this talk, really. Now we come to something that might be what people think is the savior, and it's the ISTQA certification. I'm not really a big fan, I'm sorry to say. I think it's old. They don't really keep it up to date. Right now they have a coming sort of like, elite level course in security testing, which is something I think is a basic thing that everyone should know, because software, I mean, without security, what is it really? It's going to be not very good. So, yeah. Then it's black. And I'm not Mac compatible. Oh, it logged me up. So the next rant about the ISTQB is that it's all about processes, and they think that just because you know the processes, everything's going to be good. But I mean, there's a lot of companies just forcing processes and think that will solve the whole problem. But really, you're just spending more time on writing test reports than you're actually doing on testing the stuff and creating quality. So it's not really a savior. So who is the certification actually helping then? I would say nobody, because mostly the people getting it are the people that doesn't have maybe a solid technical background. They're actually more just wanting something to put on their CV to say, hey, I should have some more money and you should respect me. And I mean, good for them, but it's not going to help create quality. So neither processes or certification, in my opinion, is going to confirm your quality or give you quality, or there is no magic way you can do it. You just have to work together to get quality. And then there is the whole thing about quality assurance people. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. Especially, I mean, I'm right now working at a game company called Movie Star Planet, and I've been looking for another work, and I've been confused by all the different titles they have. It's like QA tester, QA engineer, tester, QA architect, and it's all pretty much the same in a lot of companies. They don't have any sort of, there's no standard for what is what. And it's kind of annoying. And I think the problem is that there's a lot of people with a lot of different background, and they just want to say like, yes, we have a test department. Put some people in there, and they're testers or test architects or whatever you want to call them. You don't actually sort of group people after their qualifications. So this is sort of my idea. A tester is someone who's performing manual tests. They work a lot of the time reactively. They do a lot of black box testing. Do people know black box and white box? Everyone? Yeah? No? Okay. Black box testing is pretty much, it's a black box, you don't know what is in it, and you poke on it. The white box is open, you can actually see in and you know what's in it. So yeah, it doesn't require a technical knowledge to be a tester. It's good if you have it, but it doesn't require one. A QA engineer is someone who creates automated tests, security tests. They work proactively, white box testing, and they have a technical background and can read and write code, and are pretty much a programmer that doesn't want to code all the time, that likes to sort of poke the thing and see how if it breaks and put it all together again. So yeah, the thing I think is a problem today is this. I worked at a business intelligence company, as I said, and they have an army of testers. It's really an army, it's like 100 people, and many of them doesn't know how to read code or anything. But I'm guessing it's easy to find these people, it's cheap, but will they make the product good? I mean, if you just poke it, will it actually create something, a value? So my question is, do we need full-time testers? And is it the best way to assure quality? And this is something I totally believe in. I mean, it's not QA who's supposed to be the super user. I work with so many programmers who don't actually use their product. They see the code, they know the code, they're awesome at the code, but they don't know how to even use their product. And using the product, preferably every day, would be the best thing ever. Just knowing how it works and be a true user of your own product. And then we come to the part where the programmers come in. So yeah, the programmer develops the product. It's amazing. They do unit test, manual testing, I hope. The programmers should not be the only one testing their product because they're very nice and they're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. I'm so good. This is great. They don't actually try to break the thing, which the tester or QA engineer, they try to break it because they want to see what happens if they break it. We're very sort of curious people. So yeah, the programmer specialty isn't to test the product, but they should know how it works. And they should be very like up close and personal with it. The engineer, however, or the QA engineer, they should do the testing. They should do the proactive testing. They should look at UX. They should look at game design if it's a game. They should have knowledge to look at all of the things. They're not an expert on one area, like a game designer or a producer or a programmer. They are sort of the jack of all trades. They know a little bit of everything, and they should cover everything. And they should sign off on releases. You should not say, this is awesome, let's send it out. QAs should say, yes, this is awesome, let's send it out. If it's wrong, stop it. You don't send out a bad thing. I see that way too much on my current company, so we don't want delayed releases, we don't want crappy quality. Just do it right the first time, be happy. Drink beer afterwards. Yeah, so everyone should use the product and know it. So, why do we talk about programmer and QA? I mean, isn't it all rainbows and unicorns and stuff? Well, not really. I mean, there's a lot of problem in a lot of companies just between QA and programmers. And these are the things I think is behind it. I think communication is key. Pretty much because now I got lost in my own thought. Just a second. I had some very good points here and I forgot about them. But I'm guessing it's my first time presenting, and if anyone knows. Yeah, let's see here. Here we go. So, the one thing we need to do is to make sure that the programmer and QA is talking the same language. They just need to understand each other and actually talk to each other, because sometimes we assume, we don't actually talk. So QA needs to understand the technical language of the programmer, so there is no lost in translation problem. And the programmer, he needs to learn that QA, they don't need the quick info. They don't need like, yeah, this feature is working, sort of like that. Test it. They need all the info. Because if you don't have all the info, you're not going to be able to test all the different variations or things that can break, or you need all information just to make sure that you can sort of keep up the quality and not just drop it. Because there's a lot of things that just end up between chairs because someone didn't talk to someone else. So yeah, I have a tip also on this. To all programmers, talk to your QA. They know the most about your product. So if you want to know, is this actually what the client wants? Go to them, don't go to the project manager, because the project manager want to make money. The QA knows how people use the product. So that's sort of like a side point. The second problem, I think, is the attitude problem. There's a lot of bruised egos within development environments on both sides. So I think that a lot of programmers that feel insecure can feel sort of like the tester is picking apart his work, it's killing his darling. And you need to sort of look besides that and see the two people as a team, or how many people you are. It's not picking apart. It's creating a value for the both of you. Because if one person fails in a teamwork, you all fail. So, and yeah, the other attitude problem, I think, is that a lot of QA I think mostly the people who doesn't have like a solid technical background, they might instantly, in their own head, think they're sort of below the developer. And that creates a barrier. So, sort of like, they need to figure out that we are equal, we're in it together, just relax and help each other. But I see that a lot, so it's not uncommon. And then we have management. Management who want to not plan for testing, who doesn't think it's okay, we just need half a day to test the product before we release, it's cool. Who doesn't put their foot down if the programmer tried to do a feature creep just before release. Management, yeah, sorry. Management is management, and they can cause a lot of issues between programmers and QA just because they're sort of like, they wanna be a good guy, and they don't actually put boundaries that will help the development team. So yeah, I think managers needs to sort of spend a little more time and be a little bit more sort of understandable about the symbiosis between the developer and the QA. They can't just, yeah, whatever. You don't want to plan to fail. And they do mostly the planning, so. So yeah, the fun part. What can we do about it? Teamwork. It's super easy, apparently. Not in some places. But at least the QA, the programmers, the designers needs to start working in the design phase together and then keep working until it's delivered together all the way. So everyone gets the information they need. I mean, it's not rocket science. And everyone needs to think about quality, not just quality assurance. It's everyone. Every day, whatever you do, you think quality. Is this good? Is this what our customer wants? Will it be better than our competitors? So yeah, like I said, not rocket science, just needs mutual respect, awareness, open-mindedness, and passion. Because passion, I mean, if you just go to work and do your thing for 8 hours and go home, and don't care about the product, it would never have a really good quality level, really. So, that's it. If you want quality, you need qualified people and dedicated people that work together. Thank you.